You going to talk or is it going to be me?
Hello again, everybody. That's Guy Phillips over there.
Hello again, everybody.
Well, we used
Sports chatter.
I had to remind the guys on the Carney show a little earlier. I did do a little thing on Wednesdays, a little pop in.
Yeah.
And that I used to sit in with you every day.
Yeah.
What was it? Before COVID.
For
COVID. About a year.
Yes.
It was fun. Really fun.
We had a good time. I'm glad I'm back. Well, under these circumstances, this is a fine kettle of fish you've thrown me into. I was supposed to come in because Heidi was going to be on vacation, and I was going to work with you and Josh because you had to leave for the Billiken game, and then I would leave later, and I'd fill in. And Josh called me yesterday, and he said, don't bother coming in today, meaning today.
Right.
Or tomorrow, because we don't need you, really. And
Because
yeah.
everybody doesn't know, we have Missouri basketball coming up at 5:30. So
yeah. So it's a truncated show.
Yeah.
And I said, fine, that's great. Gives me a little time to goof around. So we have one of our granddaughters came over, the only granddaughter we have. We've got 3 grandkids. And we said, we'll take, we'll watch her all day. And I stayed up late last night watching a World War II documentary, and I got to bed around 1:30. And then I get a call today. Josh goes, I'm so sick. You got to fill in for me. So I am...
You're here.
I'm here. But I can hardly keep my eyes open. It hurts to look at you.
Well, I get that all the time.
Yeah.
That's not a you thing. That's a me thing.
Right. But we've got a show, and really all it is a couple of guys just talking about stuff.
This is the show. This right here is the show.
Yeah. So,
So how are you? Because you do fill in
yes.
frequently. So it's, even though you're technically retired, right?
Yeah. Yes.
You're still dabbling.
I am. Yeah. It's I love being on the air. It's fun. It's like riding a bike. I was never very good at riding a bike.
And so you crash, just like this.
Crash and burn, basket breaks, all that stuff. But I really like it, and I like coming back here, and we've got a great audience, and people are very kind and friendly, and this is a very homey place. If I had to retire, go into a hall, if there were there is a Radio Hall of Fame, but if there was a Hall of Fame where they would put a bust of you, mm-hmm. I would wear the KTRS hat.
Okay.
Even though I worked at another place for many, many years. That's how comfortable I feel here.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Now let's get back to the part of your story that wasn't really part of the story.
What's that?
Riding a bike.
Oh, riding a bike.
We're about the same age.
Correct.
Do you remember your first bicycle?
Yes, a Schwinn.
Schwinn. Oh, you guys, your family was well off.
Schwinn. I had a Schwinn. Well, I think I had a Huffy one time, but the Huffy it crapped out. I had a Schwinn. Hold on a second. It had a banana seat.
Oh, nice.
The Schwinn. Oh, it had a name. Schwinn.
Well, while you think of the name, I grew up in St. Louis, and you remember the department store, Western Auto?
I do. I can't say I ever went in there. When did they go out of business?
I don't know. Maybe right after they bought the bicycle for me. But it was it was a Western Flyer.
The Western Flyer, yeah.
Yeah, and that was my first bike. I had it forever.
Well, wasn't a wagon the Western Flyer as well? The little pull wagon. Kids would sit in.
I wonder if I've confused the names. It was from Western Auto, though. I remember that. I think it was.
Yeah, I don't know. But, I remember a Schwinn bike. Do you remember when I was about 12, this is one of those embarrassing moments that are forever indelibly seared into my brain. I was so embarrassed by this moment. When I was, I guess, maybe almost 12, for my birthday, I wanted a Vroom. You remember what a Vroom was?
No.
VROOM.
Seems like I should remember. What was it?
It's a fake engine that you attach to your bike. It goes in, and it makes a motorcycle noise.
It's so dumb.
Right. It's so dumb. Now, again, the 12-year-olds today are sophisticated. They're online doing crypto, and they're ripping people off, and, But back then, it was simple. We ride our bikes. We rode our bikes everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted a Vroom, so I got it for my birthday, and I put it on the bike. And I remember the first day I went out with it, and everybody made fun of it.
No kidding.
Well, I know, but look,
At the time, you thought it was a good idea.
I thought it was cool. It was better than putting a playing card or two in the
Right.
spokes. Remember
Right.
we used to do that to make the noise?
Mm-hmm.
And because it had a real kind of a motorcycle-y noise, and then when people were laughing at me, it was like, and then I felt terrible. How can I take this off my bike? Because my parents will, and I thought they'd disown me if I got rid of my vroom.
Oh, because you had begged for it.
I begged for the vroom. Yeah. So
Did you take it off though?
eventually, I think I did. I didn't ride the bike for a long
I'm
time.
looking at this Vroom.
Yeah. How's it look?
This looks very sharp.
Did you say that with a little cynicism?
There was a little snark.
I mean, this feels like something like the kid in like the Christmas Story would ask.
Yeah,
for.
that's
how
exactly right.
old school
Right.
it looks to me.
Yeah, the vroom.
The Vroom.
Yeah, it's funny. And does it say how much they were?
I'm not seeing that on the packaging.
Okay,
But
all
it
right.
says, why settle for an old bike when you can get one that sounds like a real motorcycle?
That's right.
Vroom.
Vroom, right. I know. And then I can tell, guys, it couldn't have been 10 minutes I had that thing on my bike, and they were all laughing and pointing and, yeah, baby. Like I felt
Your
terrible.
motorcycle guy.
Yeah, right. And so, and that just stays with you, So,
So that explains a lot.
It
You were
does.
scarred as a child.
yeah, it was my vroom. What happens in my vroom stays in my vroom.
I tried also when I was a kid to learn how to ride a unicycle. My best buddy,
What kid didn't?
was actually pretty good at it.
Yeah.
So I got one, and I was pretty bad at it.
Yeah.
But I could go 20 feet,
Well,
25 feet,
better than most people. But the thing is, you have to be able to reverse immediately. You're going forward and then make that quick reverse.
Yeah, it's all the pedals. And
It's balance. Is
well,
what
yeah,
it is, right?
and then if you're going forward and you need to reverse or turn, you got to do it all on the pedals. And if you don't have enough momentum, over you go.
That's how I learned to disco dance. I jumped on a unicycle that had a loose seat.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff you don't know about me.
Right.
We were talking about that before we came on the air, about your kids. I made the comment, and Bob echoed. I said, my kids never ask me anything about my life. And I regret not knowing more about my mom and my dad.
You know what? Me too. Absolutely.
That I didn't ask about, Now people will say, hey, did your mom go to college? Oh, yeah. Where'd she go? Oh, it's one of these 3 or 4, Smith or Swarthmore, or I can't remember. I don't know. Somewhere
Starts
back
with an
east.
S.
And I can't remember, and it makes me crazy. My father was an Illinois State track champion somehow, set some Illinois State records.
Is that right?
Yes.
And what town? Where did he grow up?
He grew up in
Sometime.
Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago.
Yeah, in Chicago, yeah. And so, I should have asked him, well, what was it like? What did you do? What awards did you win? Do you have a yearbook? Can I, well, you're a kid. You're selfish. You're thinking about you all the time.
Yeah.
And I never asked my dad. My dad passed away, and I'm like, I mentioned that he was had some track records in Illinois, and somebody said, what high jump, long, what, I don't know.
Track. Maybe field.
I don't. Yeah, could be field as well. But
Well, it is funny because I wish I had more stories. I got some over the years from my parents who both were born in the Depression
sure.
and very, very poor.
You mean when you were born, they were
They were
depressed?
so depressed.
Yeah.
They never really got over
I
it.
can see that.
They were both really, really poor here in St. Louis, and they both.
What did your mom do for a living? I mean,
Well, my dad ended up being a mechanic and then bought his own gas station and his own business and then his own repair shop. And my mom ended up. You remember the old liquor distributor, Paramount Liquor?
yeah, of course.
Yeah, she became an executive there, starting out as a receptionist. And her whole career was there and climbed to where she was executive level. Anyway,
Right, sure.
Anyway, but to come from those kinds of beginnings to carve out a really nice middle-class life, really impressive. And I just wish I knew more about their
About the struggle
upbringing.
and about how it
Yeah.
happened. And yeah, same here. I just, and I think, look, I'm available most of the time. Get curious about me a little bit. But how do you, I don't want I don't want to force the issue, but I've got stuff I'd love to share with my kids.
Learn about me.
I know, right? I mean, it sounds stupid. But
hey, kids, I'm a big deal.
do you know what
Try
I did?
that.
Okay, so here's what I did. I bought a book called "I'm Dead Now. Now What?"
Oh,
Well, it sounds ew, but what it is you write in this book everything you want as your last wishes. If somebody
I've got those plans. It's going to be a great music list. But anyway, go ahead.
You know what? I've got my music list.
Yeah, I have
so
mine.
funny.
I got to write it down.
And I did this because my father's third wife, when she died, she was so organized, and I thought, God, man, and she didn't have any. Now they have books you can do this, but she had everything. Here's the guy that I want to do my service, and if he's not available, here's the guy that wants second. I want these songs. I want these people to talk. I want this.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to do anything really. I mean, just kind of put it together. But the fact is, it was simple, and I thought it's cool that she had that.
So
foresight.
you went and got the book.
So I bought the book, and it has pretty much everything in there. Hey, here are the passwords. My wife couldn't give a care about passwords or where our money is or who's handling what or who the insurance guy is. She doesn't care about any of that. She cares about taking care of the grandkids and having fun
Sure.
and making everybody else happy. But the stuff that's I say meaningful, and really the kids are the most meaningful thing, but all the other stuff has to go somewhere, and so I have to put in here's the combination to the safe. She would never figure. It would probably take her a year to figure out how to get it open.
That's
anyway.
really a good idea, though. It's really good.
And I thought so too. And you fill it out, and it's kind of fun because it'll, it's a great resource for the people that you leave behind. And I've got some things that I want to go to certain people. I've got a baseball glove that I want somebody to have, and things that are meaningful to me.
Well, and to these people, maybe your kids, whatever. My album collection goes to my daughter.
Yep.
My comic book collection goes to my oldest boy, and my baseball card collection goes to my youngest boy.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Do you have a comic book collection?
Yeah.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So
hundreds.
What's your oldest? God, Bob, this conversation's fantastic. And I'll tell you, we had so many 10-cent DC comic books.
I was a DC
mostly
guy.
DC.
I was
Yeah,
DC guy.
We were DC. Every once in a while, my mom would bring home like a Hulk thing or a.
I don't know why I didn't get hooked on
I didn't
Marvel.
either.
Because some people who are Marvel people, they're into it.
Yeah. No, I
But I was DC. Superman, Batman,
Yep.
Justice League.
That's it.
Oldest, I'd have to go look early 60s, though.
Okay. So you got some value there.
Yeah, there's some.
right.
Yeah, and most of them are in good to really good shape.
Can I tell you, I was just out in Ellisville. I went out there because there's an antique mall out there at Clarkson and Manchester. And I went out there with my wife just to look around. I collect coins and currency. And so she said, there's a booth out there that has all kinds of stuff in it. So I wanted to see. And I went out there and it was, pretty cool, but man, there was a comic book. There was a guy that had, Bob, you'd probably go crazy, thousands of comic books.
Wow.
But I'm sure guys that do that and have them all separated and, filed.
We went through and did that and get them all covered
Yes,
so
right.
so they don't mold
Yes.
or whatever. No, mice don't get them or a cat
Right.
doesn't scratch them.
So the point is that the guy that's selling it knows the value of those. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure you'd get a great bargain, but if you never know.
Well, the kids will be able to figure that
Yeah.
out. I'll leave that to them.
Yeah.
And the baseball card thing, I almost have 3 complete seasons from the 60s. So I got to go through and find
Wow.
and I'm going to purchase someday. I'll get around to filling them out and having complete seasons.
How's the coin collecting going, Guy?
It's great.
Pennies?
Can
How
we
are
get
the
can we
pennies?
get an update on the you're wheeling and dealing over here? Your coins.
I am.
Really?
I'm totally wheeling and dealing. Well, what I've done is, all right. Let me back up because there's a little bit of a story. Do we have time or?
Yeah, we got a few
need-
minutes.
Okay. All right. So About 2012, when I was working radio at another station, I interviewed the guy that wrote the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I can't remember his name. It's a Japanese guy, super nice guy. Robert.
Something Japanese.
Yeah.
Isn't it Kurosawa? Or?
Yeah, something like that. Look it up, Connor, and you can tell me who it is. But he was nice. Kiyosaki, yeah. And so I asked him. I said, look, there are people that listen to our show and people in this world that don't have the financial ends to jump into a stock market or buy something expensive, as an investment. What would you recommend to those folks that that would love to start do something? He said coins. He said coins because you can find coins anywhere. He said, and there's value in every single coin. There's, the intrinsic value and the numismatic value of coins. But he said, you go to the bank and you get a roll of quarters, and you might find 1 or 2 silver quarters in there. You keep those, and then you take the other ones back. And then you keep doing that, and you make this little collection. And then when you have enough of those, you sell the silver one to buy one that's in a slab, that's graded, that is valuable.
Real value.
And then you kind of just build your collection that way. And it was interesting. And so I thought to myself, wow, you know what? I'm going to look into that. And so I started collecting coins with the help of a guy by the name of Jay Woodside at Scotsman Coin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he and I become good friends. And so, years passed, and I kept all the stuff in a safe deposit box, and I realized that, kids don't care about it. They don't want, nobody asked me, what's your most expensive coin? Let's take a look at some of this, nobody cared. So I thought, I'm going to sell it. I just, I put the money in the bank, use it for something else. So I thought, how am I going to sell this? I found a website. You've heard of eBay, correct?
Of course.
Okay. This is eBay on steroids.
In what way?
The auctions that happen, these are live streams.
Auctions.
10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Boom, sold. Boom, sold. And there are literally hundreds of people selling not just coins and currency, but toys, electronics, tools, outdoor gear. I mean, you can, the platform is called Whatnot. And let me throw a caution to everybody that's listening that's going to go ahead and explore this. It's a fascinating place, but it's like Las Vegas. It's easy to spend money because you do it like that. You're boom, 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 boom.
You don't have time to think it through.
You really don't. You I want that. Boom, I want that. And it's so easy to buy something, and it gets shipped to you. My wife is like, oh my God, another package. It's like what she used to be with Amazon. Empty your cart. But so I started buying, and then I started selling, and so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of doing a little coin thing.
Wheeling dealing.
I've got a little stream show going on.
Coin Master.
Yeah, Coin Master. I like it. Yeah.
It could be your new handle.
It could be, but it won't.
Okay. Trying to help.
I know you are. All right. You want to take a quick break here?
Yeah, let's go. Let's check on traffic first.
All right, we can do that. Who's doing traffic today?
Captain Paul.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Paul. How you doing?
Hi, Guy. How's it going?
Good, man.
Well, as far as traffic goes, Watson is closed between Sturdy and Glenwood, just east of Lindbergh due to utility damage. Emergency vehicles are on 70 East before Union, blocking the right lane with traffic backed up to Jennings Station. And the signals are on red flash at Gravois and Edion Park and at Tesson Ferry and Butler Hill. This traffic report is brought to you by Neighbors Credit Union. If you're ready to upsize, downsize, or first-time home buy, turn to the team at Neighbors Credit Union. At Neighbors Credit Union, you'll find great rates, expert advice, and personalized friendly service throughout the entire home loan process and beyond. That's just what you'd expect from a great neighbor. Apply online today at neighborscu.org. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Oftentimes we talk about make sure you support local, and of course you want to support local, and when you support local and you need windows and doors, you call Larry Thornton and Joe Thornton from the Window Store, 314-739-0002. Why? Well, because they support local and you support local, right? And you're supporting your neighbor to make sure the job is done right. They go the extra mile. In fact, somebody called up Larry Thornton the other day looking for new windows. Larry went out to the house and said, "You don't need new windows. These windows are fine. Thank you very much. Call me back some other time." The other reason why you support Larry Thornton at the Window Store, 314-739-0002, is because local companies support charities. And the Window Store is a proud sponsor of the KTRS Radiothon to support Backstoppers. So a local company that'll do it right with great windows and great doors, and they give back to the community and big supporters of Backstoppers. You need windows, you need Window Store, wswindow.net.
Hey, it's Heidi, and if the new year means a new look for your home, look no further than Dalco Home Remodeling. Let me just tell you, customers could not be happier. If you're looking for new windows, Dalco Home Remodeling has you covered. If you're looking for a new door, they can custom make you a front door. They can do French doors, they can do sliding doors, and they can stain it or paint it to whatever you have going on or whatever new color you want to add. Let me just tell you about some of the happy clients. You've got Alex, who said, "I had Dalco replace several windows and doors on one of my properties, did a top quality job for me, would definitely recommend." And he's just one of many. You know, Dalco Home Remodeling has been around for more than 50 years. They are family owned and family operated. So if you're ready to get your dream project underway, go to DalcoHomeRemodeling.com. You can also give them a call at 314-298-7300.
Have some fun with your friends while eating great food. Of course, I'm talking about the Village Bar, the only place to watch the big game while eating the world's best cheeseburger. There's a reason people have made this their favorite hangout for decades. The game's on, and so is the grill. We'll see you at the Village Bar.
Looking for a great local restaurant recommendation?
Me see more.
Tune in to the Kuno Food Service weekly special during the Frank and Jill Show, Thursdays at 11. Hear from the best of the best restaurant owners in town. Only on the Frank and Jill Show, Thursdays at 11, presented by Kuno Food Service, right here on the Big 550 KTRS, the talk of St. Louis.
Hey friends, it's Donna. You think you know my songs? Well, get ready to hear them like never before, because I've got something really special lined up just for you. It's a brand new project that I'm calling Threads. My songs in symphony, featuring some of my greatest hits, newly arranged for symphony orchestra, and performed with a band of amazing singers and musicians. Oh, and I'll be there too, on screen, to share with you the stories behind my songs. And I hope you'll be there.
January 17th and 18th at Powell Hall at the Jack C. Taylor Music Center. Tickets available at slso.org.
It's the tax-free holiday at Miller Furniture and Mattress, going on now through January 20th.
I'm Mark Miller, owner of Miller Furniture, your home for quality American-made furniture since 1927. Right now, save the sales tax on all in-stock furniture and select custom orders. Plus, double the tax discount on select items.
Shop our showrooms in Belleville, Fairview Heights, Lake St. Louis, or Ellisville, and save hundreds on our huge selection of Flex Seal and Smith Brothers furniture.
At Miller Furniture, you'll see the difference with quality American-made solid wood furniture and the largest selection of Amish-made furniture in the St. Louis area. Save the tax on custom finishes and sizes, delivered into your home in as fast as 3 weeks.
Right now, triple savings on Chatham & Wells mattresses or double savings on Spring Air mattresses, plus up to 60 months financing.
Don't miss our tax-free holiday where you save the sales tax or more. Hurry in, sale ends January 20th. At Miller Furniture, we put the family in furniture.
At Tropical World Pets, you're not just getting a pet, you're diving into an extraordinary experience. Located in Webster Groves, they boast St. Louis's largest selection of freshwater fish and aquatic plants, a stunning tank showroom, and the Midwest's most extensive tarantula collection. From crested geckos to bearded dragons, they offer the area's best captive-bred reptiles. Visit them and feel the tropical difference. Tropical World Pets. Explore more by calling 314-849-4020 or at twpstl.com. That's twpstl.com.
Now it's time for the KTRS Book Club.
It's called reading. Top to bottom, left to right. Group words together as a sentence.
Powered each week by the St. Louis County Library on the Big 550.
Well, you see, I spell them like they sound, you know.
KTRS.
And we're live. It's so funny. Is I look here. I'm in the studio, and by the way, hi, Guy, and along with Bob, and so I look in the studio and I think, okay, well, I'm the guest. I always feel like when I come in, I'm a guest now. I'm not the lead guy. And then I look across, and Bob's just standing there. It's like, well, somebody better talk, So here I am.
We wanted you back on the bicycle.
Oh, yeah, the old Schwinn.
Yeah.
The Schwinn. Hey, Brad Meltzer's with us, who is a incredible author and has a new book out, and The Viper. And welcome back, by the way.
Good to be back.
Yeah, it's good to see you. So let's talk about, we were just talking about reading books. There's something about having a book in my hand. Now, my wife, you were saying that ebooks are starting to diminish. My wife is an ebook reader.
Oh.
She will, but she's prolific. She'll read 3 or 4 books a week.
Oh, that's fast.
It is fast. She is a fast.
It takes me 2 years of my life that your wife is plowing through in like a couple of days.
I know it. It's terrible, But there's something about holding a book. It's
real
like
book.
A newspaper. I would much rather have a newspaper in my hand than have a phone.
And you scientifically, you retain more when you read from a book than when you read electronically. They actually tested people and said, okay, read this on your your e-reader, and now read this when you touch it. There's something about turning the page, digesting it, thinking about it, that you actually retain more
tactile
from the tactile book.
You're going to be at the library tonight.
I will be there tonight
At
talking
7.
about The Viper, talking about kids' books, talking about the TV shows for anyone who saw me on History Channel doing Decoded or Lost History. So we're going to have some fun at the library.
It's interesting because of what you write, primarily mystery, thrillers, but also nonfiction stuff. And those are my 2 go-tos.
Always. I mean, I love the fact that I, on some days, just murder people. On another day, I entertain your children.
Yeah.
On the next day, I talk about, the Nazi conspiracy and the JFK conspiracy. So, it shows you kind of how fragmented my brain is, but I love the fact that there will be people tonight who come, and there'll be people who saw me on the History Channel, like, let's talk history. And we will talk history tonight.
Yeah.
There'll be some who will bring kids, and I'll say, thank you for bringing your kids to hear about murder. And, and we will talk the new kids' books. And then some will come just to hear about The Viper. And I love the fact that our readers, we did with The Viper, we had our readers, we gave them Viper tattoos if you ordered the book early. And I've been on tour. I have 3 stops left. You know where this is going. And in Virginia, on the first day we had someone wore the tattoo, and someone put the tattoo on the Viper tattoo on their kids. On the 3rd stop, we had our first 2 Viper tramp stamps. And on the 4th stop, someone came and said, Brad, if I make this tattoo, my Viper tattoo, permanent, because if you wear the tattoo, you get to cut the line.
Oh.
Okay, that's a big thing. Sorry, I left that out.
It's a fast pass.
It's a fast pass. And they said, if I make this Viper tattoo permanent, can I forever cut the line of your book signs? I said, brother, you will forever be first in line at the book sign if you want to make this thing real.
Oh, man, that's great. What kind of kid were you that you would come up with a mind that would...
I was a kid who I loved reading Archie comic books, superhero comic books, Batman, Superman, and I still do. I still read them. I still write them. I've written Marvel. I've written DC. I've written Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. But to me, it's the same thing as the theme of my book. The most important part of the story is not Superman. The most important part of the story is Clark Kent.
Yes.
Because we're all Clark Kent. We all know what it's like to be boring and ordinary and wish we could do something beyond ourselves. And every novel I write, and we could talk about it with The Viper, but every book I write is my core belief. I believe ordinary people change the world. I don't care where you went to school. I don't care how much money you make. That is nonsense to me.
Change the world for good? Or?
No, for good. That I believe. I believe in regular people and their ability to affect change in this world.
Got it.
So your hero in The Viper is a regular person.
It's a regular person. There's no, it's
Super
never
detective.
Of course, it's not. In fact, I'll give you the setup and it'll make more sense. Guy walks into a funeral home carrying his favorite blue suit.
Right.
He's got a terminal disease. This is the suit he wants to be buried in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. If you go to your local bank and you open up a safety deposit box, then paperwork gets filed. Means government eventually could track it. But if you secretly sew something into the lining of your suit, you hand that suit over to your local mortician, you have the ultimate secret hiding spot.
Of course.
Okay, so the man leaves the funeral home, leaves his suit there, goes back to his hotel room. There's a guy with a gun waiting, says, "Where is it?" Man says, "I don't know what you're talking about." The guy shoots the man dead. That suit's still in the funeral home. You won't believe what's hidden inside it or who's about to find it. And that's chapter 1 of The Viper.
Wow.
Nice.
And
Wow.
and it's just this normal, regular guy story.
So who's starring in this?
Yeah, I could never do that. Because it's like saying who's going to play your mom, right?
Wait, so when you're writing, you don't envision some
An actor.
I see
actress?
I see the people as they are in my head.
Okay, all right.
But it's like casting your mom. If I said who's going to play the mom in the movie of your life, you just see your mother.
Yeah.
I can only see my
Yeah.
mother. I don't
Yeah.
say like, oh, it's I don't know. I can't even make up a name because it's just my mom.
Sure.
So people will say, oh, Zendaya should be this one and this one. And I'm always like, whatever you want. But I know what Zig and Nola look like in my head, my main characters.
And most people, when they're reading, they envision somebody.
You mentioned somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. So, in fact, when you were telling that story, I had
You have someone in your head.
I had faces and
Yeah.
a body and what the guy might have looked like, what the funeral director looked like. I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
weird.
Well, my thing is always filled in by my research. So I will always do tons of research. And I remember, even for this one, I have taken my readers in the secret tunnels below the White House. I've gone in the labyrinth below the Capitol. In this book, I wanted to do witness protection.
Oh.
Okay, and it's hard to research witness protection because
they're
no one wants to
secret.
tell you it's a secret, right? It's like the
Yeah.
Secret Service has secrets in the title. They don't want to tell you.
It's like, hey, this is a fake Rolex. You don't go, I'm in the program.
Exactly. I'll tell you. So I found these, and I love the U.S. Marshals. They're terrific. And it was funny because the other night at the first book signing in Baltimore, this U.S. Marshal came up to me. He goes, I love your books. And I'm going to tell you where a secret safe house is. I'm like, why are you telling me now? I already wrote the book. Like I need to. But when you think of witness protection, you think of mobsters, right?
Yeah.
You think
Yeah.
of Tony
Yeah,
Soprano.
yeah.
You think of the end of Goodfellas, and that's what witness protection was created for. It was to take down the mob, and it worked. It actually worked. Mobsters testified against other mobsters. That was the big group that was in witness
disappear.
protection. They disappear.
And they went to Arizona.
They go to Arizona, get a nose job, right? Like that's we all know. But it's not like crime disappeared because it actually worked. It did take down the mob, but crime doesn't stop. So new groups started thriving. Gang members started becoming the biggest group in witness protection because gangs started thriving. When 9/11 happened, well, we started chasing terrorists. So terrorists became the biggest group in witness protection. You want to know one of the biggest groups in witness protection right now?
Yeah.
Accountants. Because data is king right now. Information is king right now. And I love the fact when you will never look at witness protection the same way again once you read The Viper. You'll see the inside in a way you've never seen it before.
Interesting.
Can't wait.
So, wait, I want to take a step back here. You said accountants. All right?
Yeah.
So, what puts their life in peril? Is it corporations? Is it government?
No, here's
Can't
what
be
puts their
government.
life. Here's what puts everyone. When the marshals will tell you that they have never lost anyone ever in the history of witness protection. They've never lost anyone.
Really?
Here's the caveat: as long as they follow all our rules. Now, here's the problem: is
you can't sometimes.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And it's not that you can't; it's you won't because there's what happens is
Don't contact anyone, and they can't help it.
it's you. Some people will leave their mother-in-law behind, and they're like, "That's a great thing," right? And that's a cheap joke. But then you got to leave your sister behind.
Sure.
And then for a lot of people, this is a hard one. You got to leave your dog behind. They don't let you take your dog sometimes because people know your dog.
Oh.
And people are like, I could do it. And then 6 months go by, and you miss your sister, and you miss your dog, and you're like, let me just make a quick phone call and see how they're doing.
Yeah.
And then it all falls apart. And so they said to me, there's a call of home that's what wrecks it. That's what puts their lives in danger. It's just that need to want to not be alone.
Oh, man, we're talking to Brad Meltzer. Brad is going to be starring tonight. Now, which branch of the library are we?
Clark Branch.
Clark Branch, okay. With his new book called The Viper, and I'm sure you've got copies that people can buy.
We got some copies.
Okay, and you get a signature and all that kind of stuff, and then you can talk about who's going to star in this is a fascinating. All of us, by the way, Brad, all of us have had an idea for a book. All of us. Well, I could write a book. I could never write a book. I don't have the aptitude. No, but I have ideas. And some pretty cool ideas. I had one time where, you mind?
No, please, pitch away.
Yeah. So, and you could write this. I think it's a great one.
And all you need is a dedication on the front page.
No,
acknowledgments.
I don't even need that.
Acknowledgments. That's what we go. We say thank you in the acknowledgments.
Maybe use my name in the,
All my friends want to be characters to be murdered in the book.
Exactly.
Every minor character in my novels, they're always some friend. We do charities. We give a lot of money to charity where people pay to be listed, and they always want to be murdered horribly in the books for charity.
And we should do that with the next one with 2 radio hosts. Turn up dead.
Could do that one. All right. So
that'd be good.
here's my
Okay, I'm
premise
ready for
real
it.
quick.
Yes.
Okay. So there's like 4 guys, young guys in their late 20s, early 30s or whatever, and they're kicking around. One guy's unemployed. The other guy's got a great job. And they get to talking, amongst themselves. Is there a perfect murder? There was a news story or something, and is there anything of perfect murder? And they draw straws or whatever, and they decide that one of them is going to commit a perfect murder, and he has to go some state far away and just pick somebody out, and at random.
What I love is anytime someone tells you their story, they're telling you who they are. That means that we are screwed with you, my friend. That's it. That's your fantasy, because I'm teasing you. Obviously, that's the fun of it. But I will say, I find myself in my books. I don't know when I'm writing a book. I know the plot. I told you the plot, and I can give you that sexy plot. Here's the viper. Here's the suit. Here's the funeral home. That's the easy part, right? That just makes you turn the pages. I can give you the research and try to impress you and say, here's all this research. But I don't figure out what I'm really writing about myself and until the end. That's the soul of it. And with this book, it's interesting. The last words I put in this book were the words that you read first, which is the opening quote. And when the book was done, I found this quote, and it said, "I don't believe in closure. I'm not sure we ever get over anything." And that quote just kind of hit me. And I was like, why does this mean so much to me? And it traced back to my dad. Okay, my dad was a pretty complicated guy. He passed away. My mom passed away, and I spent a lot of years. When my mom died, I wrote a book about a character losing their mom. When my dad died, I wrote about a character losing their dad. I'm a very complex guy. You can't crack my codes, right? I mean, it was just. But what happened is this book. I was like, why am I writing about closure? What's going on? And my dad. I shouldn't even say, but I'm going to tell a story. Ready? So when I graduated, when I was at Michigan, I went to the University of Michigan, and in my last year, I went to register for classes. They said, you can't, you're kicked out, no one paid your bills. And I'm like, Dad, I knew it. So it felt like quicksand. They sent me down to the registrar's office. I took out quick loans. The nice woman there gave me a 1% loan. Quicksand becomes solid ground. Figure it out. I graduate college, and I changed my home address, so now all my mail gets forwarded. Quickly in the mail to me comes $40,000 of credit cards debt. None of them that I've signed up for. Not one of them. That's how my dad was paying for college. He was opening up credit cards in my name. You know those ads that they send home and say, hey, kid, get a college? My dad signed up for all of them. And they said to me, which is, first of all, it's a terrible plan because a credit card is a 22% interest rate. He could have had a 1% loan. So it's doubling in no time. He's sinking under the debt. And they tell me the only way out of this is I got to testify against my father. It's fraud, and that's what I'm like. I'm not ratting my own father out. So I make deals with all the companies. We make long-term payment plans, do all the things, get done. Quicksand again becomes solid ground. But eventually, you get hit in the back of the head enough, you start looking over your shoulder.
Yes.
And here's the part that I didn't recognize in that story, and I couldn't see. And I told this story at my dad's funeral. When my dad was a little kid, he used to get beat up by his own dad, who was a boxer in the military.
Ooh.
And I know that my dad jumped in front of his younger brother to take the hit for his younger brother so his younger brother won't get hit. I know for sure that he jumped in front of his mother so his mother won't get hit. He would take the hits for her. And I couldn't see that that's what my dad was trying to do for me, is take the financial hit for me so that I wouldn't have to, so I could basically be the first in my immediate family to get out and go to a 4-year college.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't see that part of the story because I was so annoyed with my dad for doing this dumb thing that was wrecking my calm.
Wow.
And I'm like, Dad, so why are you doing this to me? And I could only see my view of the world. And when I got to the end of this book, there's a word in the book called pentimento in the Viper when you read it. And pentimento, I never knew what the word meant, never heard of it before. And it's a word from...
it's 5 Mentos.
Exactly. Well said. But it's a painting term. It's a painting term from when paint gets old on a canvas, on an ancient painting. it starts becoming translucent. You can see through it and see the pencil lines that the artist puts on the actual canvas. Like when you see an old Rembrandt, you see like those lines underneath and you're like, what is that? And you see the rough draft of the artist. You see the original regrets and mistakes they make, a dress that's swaying one way and a woman's dress is now swaying the other. And I realized when I was writing The Viper, we're all rough drafts. We're all of us filled with mistakes. We're all filled with regrets. But you can't make a masterpiece without them. And I realized for my dad, closure's overrated. What you got to do is love yourself for who you are. You got to love your bad parts as much as you love your good parts, and love your crazy relatives as much as you love the ones who, don't cause you headache. And of all the things this book gave me when I got to the end of it, is I was like, oh, it's me trying to forgive my dad for all that headache he caused me. And man, if that wasn't the best gift I got from The Viper, and I couldn't see it until I was done with the book, which is such a wild thing when you write a book.
The whole process,
the whole
but not
process.
to the end.
And I'm like, why are all these,
Amazing.
every character in the book was dealing with the past. So like in the opening scene, they're listening to Hall & Oates. In the movie, they're watching The Breakfast Club, their old favorite movie. They're listening to, whatever it is, the Doobie Brothers. I'm like, why is everyone living in the past here? And I'm like, oh, because I'm still dealing with my own past.
That's fascinating.
And welcome to my free therapy.
Well, you know what? It's wonderful therapy. And, we've got a prolific writer here with a new book, The Viper, Clark Branch, tonight, 7 o'clock.
Yep.
And Brad Meltzer is going to be there.
You just heard a couple of stories here. It's a fantastic night.
Yeah.
You got to go.
So if you're not engaged in picking that book up,
I'm
on it. Like reading.
I'm on it.
Yeah, I can hardly wait. I want to see what's sewn into the suit.
Yeah,
and
it's revealed.
There's a funeral director. I think he's going to play some part. I don't know. But Brad, it was great to see you. Congratulations on your new book and continued success in the field of writing. You found your I don't want to say your niche because you're pretty good at, but you're wonderful to listen to, and we're glad that you're.
I appreciate it. I can't. And by the way, if anyone dies near from one of your friends, we're going to know to come looking for you. Right? That's the story now.
All right, Captain Paul is out on the roads taking a look at our St. Louis rush hour, and here is the latest.
Guy Watson is closed between Sturdy and Glenwood, just east of Lindbergh, due to utility damage. Emergency vehicles are on 70 East before Union, blocking the right lane with traffic backed up to Lucas and Hunt. The exit from 55 North to 3200 Broadway is closed. Actually, there's debris on the roadway there, and the signals are on red flash at Gravois and Edian Park, at Tesson Ferry and Butler Hill, and at 70 in Jennings Station. This traffic report is brought to you by the Number 2 crew. When your dog makes a mess in the backyard, give our friends at the Number 2 crew a call. They will handle all of your dirty business on these cold winter days. Visit them online at no2crew.com. That's no2crew.com. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Well, as you guys know, we went to Costa Rica back in November with Colette Travel and Altair, and it was fantastic. I mean, there were like 40 of us from St. Louis. We got to go to a coffee plantation, and we went to beaches, and we went to see some sloths. It was just incredible. Well, now we're going again, but you guys, this time we're going in search of Iceland's magical northern lights with Colette. We're going to go October 24th, and we're going to experience the land of fire and ice with a rare opportunity to search for those northern lights, one of nature's most dazzling light displays, and I cannot wait. We're going to see the steaming lava fields. We got the massive glacier sculpted mountains and valleys, and Josh, that thing that you don't think exists. Waterfalls. I cannot wait.
It's going to be fun for me and Josh to go with you. It's going to be great.
Hey, everyone is invited, is what I'm trying to say. And here's what's so nice. Colette handles all of it. So you don't have to worry about, hey, where am I going to fly into? Where am I going to stay? What am I going to eat? Colette handles all of that, the flights, the meals, the hotels, and even those local experiences like checking out the mineral-rich warm water of the Blue Lagoon. I mean, that's just one of the many things we're going to do. Oh, by the way, we're going to walk on that black volcanic sand beach, which I think is going to be really really, really cool. So don't miss out. Make plans to join me in October 24th to be exact. You can call our friends over at Altair Travel, 314-968-9600, 314-968-9600, or go to KTRS.com to learn more.
John Beal Roofing has been proudly serving homeowners and businesses in the St. Louis metro area on both sides of the river in Missouri and Illinois for over 3 generations. A dependable roof begins with a team you can count on, and that's exactly what you get with John Beal Roofing. Recognized as one of Roofing Contractor Magazine's top 100 roofing companies, John Beal Roofing offers 24/7 emergency service and industry-leading warranties, including a lifetime workmanship warranty for total peace of mind. From upgrading an aging roof or completing a full replacement, the team at John Beal Roofing delivers solutions that are built to code, built to last, and handled with expert care. John Beal also responds quickly with reliable storm damage services backed by decades of experience and 24/7 emergency support. Get started today for expert service and a free, no-obligation estimate by calling 1-800-NEW-ROOF. That's 1-800-NEW-ROOF.
I'm Mark Cantor. Here's why you can count on Cantor Injury Law.
My name is Michelle. I'm a litigation paralegal at Cantor Injury Law, and you can count on Cantor because we are smart, honest, and hardworking.
I'm Kevin Glenn, and a partner here at Cantor Injury Law. You can count on Cantor because we make your cause our cause.
No fee if no recovery. Please visit CantorInjuryLaw.com or call us at 314-628-9999.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
I'm Mike Robinson with Robank Properties. I want to buy your home. Any property, any condition, and always as is. I will pay top dollar with no contingencies and no inspections. You walk away with cash. So don't waste time and money making repairs and paying real estate commissions. Call me, Mike Robinson, at 314-283-0867. That's 314-283-0867. Or go to robankproperties.com. That's ROBANG properties.com.
The holidays are over. Time to relax and get back to the daily routine. January is a great time to enjoy the casual, comfortable atmosphere at Gingham's Restaurant in St. Charles. Gingham's was voted the #1 breakfast by the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, but we offer so much more. Great daily specials throughout the week, some of the best pies you've ever tasted, and our soups can't be beat. Anything you want, anytime you want, 24 hours a day, and some of the best service anywhere. Visit us at ginghamsrestaurant.com. Stay warm.
Country Club Car Wash is the best car wash in town. How do I know? I have an unlimited monthly pass to Country Club Car Wash, and it's fantastic. They're touchless, and you get free vacuums at select locations. Each and every day on the morning show, we will be giving away 1 free Country Club Car Wash to the text of the day. And each week, we'll be giving away a grand prize, 1 month of free Country Club Car Washes to the text of the week. We'll see you on the show, and we'll see you at Country Club Car Wash, cccwstl.com.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I sit and wish I was a kid again.
All right, back in the day, 72 years ago, Marilyn Monroe married Joe DiMaggio, her second husband.
Yeah, and when she left him, it broke his heart.
Yeah, there you go. I feel bad for Joe, for Jolton Joe.
And for many, maybe even decades, he still put flowers on her grave.
He did, yeah. Then he realized there was FTD. I mean, they could deliver.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay,
yeah,
all
we
right.
got it.
58 years ago, the Packers won Super Bowl II.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I never realized. I always forget about how recent the Super Bowls really are.
They always talk about the ticket price. What do you think the ticket
It was like
back then?
$6 or something, yeah.
And then this one's for Josh and myself because I'm a big fan. Let's see, 36 years ago, I had to get the official year. The Simpsons officially aired its first season. So there
And
you
it's
go.
still going.
It's still going.
That's amazing.
Now, when you say 36 years, do you mean actual years as opposed to TV
seasons.
years?
I mean 1990. You know, so January 14th, 1990.
Really an amazing run. And didn't you tell me the other day that it's just recently you feel like maybe it's not quite the quality it was for 30 years?
I would say for some time it hasn't been
okay.
quite the quality. Well, it's hard to admit. It's 36 years. Nothing goes on that
They
one.
always talk about how The Simpsons has predicted more events in our life.
Yeah, but then how many did they get wrong?
Well,
Yeah, you don't really focus on those.
You're right.
That's right.
I could make predictions too, right?
All right, that's what I got.
That's good. I like it. All right. We'll be back in a couple of minutes here on KTRS. I'm Guy, in with the Rammer, and Heidi's on a little vacation, and Josh is a little under the weather, but hopefully he'll be back soon. And we
Heidi
thank you
needs
for
to
being with
send
us.
him one of her margaritas.
Yeah. Is that where she is, Mexico?
Yeah. See.
Sí, como no. All right. We'll be back in a few minutes. ABC News coming up in about 45.
Farmers and ranchers, when it's time to buy or sell ag equipment, think Purple Wave Auction. We're your go-to online marketplace for tractors, combines, sprayers, and more. With our no reserve policy, every item sells to the highest bidder. Experience the Purple Wave difference. Nationwide reach with a local touch. Purple Wave Auction. Whether you're expanding your operation or streamlining your fleet, we've got you covered. Visit purplewave.com today. Fuel your farm with Purple Wave Auction.
This is Mariah, third generation at Newsetter's Fine Jewelry. Buying an engagement ring can be intimidating. At Newsetter's, we ensure complete understanding of your purchase. We offer a choice in both lab and mine-grown diamonds and are able to work with any budget. Let our family help educate you on your choice at Big Bend and Doherty Ferry or at wowdiamonds.com.
The Big 550.
KTRS St. Louis.
Weeknights on ABC News Live. In Iran, the crackdown on anti-government protesters is blamed for at least 2,500 deaths, according to a U.S.-based human rights group. Iran's supreme leader vowed to hold swift trials and executions, but President Trump says Iran has not carried out executions so far.
Been notified and pretty strongly, but we'll find out what that all means. But we've been told that the killing in Iran is stopping, and it's stopped and it's stopping.
The president warned Iran that the U.S. could respond if the killing of protesters did not stop. In Minneapolis, protesters continue along with immigration operations 1 week after the fatal shooting of Renee Good. Multiple sources now say the ICE officer who opened fire suffered from internal bleeding due to the incident.
A week after the incident, sources now tell ABC News the officer who fired the shots was treated for internal bleeding in his torso. Administration officials have insisted Jonathan Ross was struck by Renee Good's vehicle. His own recording indicates he held his cell phone in one hand and his pistol in the other as Good began to drive forward. Ross was immediately driven from the scene by fellow officers. Officials later said he was taken to a hospital for treatment.
ABC's Stephen Portnoy. Good's family is calling for peace and seeking accountability in her death. Greenland and Denmark officials are standing their ground on Greenland's independence after talks with Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio over U.S. demands to acquire Greenland. Denmark's Foreign Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen says discussions are ongoing.
We have decided to form a high-level working group to explore if we can find a common way forward. The group, in our view, should focus on how to address the American security concerns, while at the same time respecting the red lines of the Kingdom of Denmark.
President Trump says the U.S. can't rely on Denmark to protect the territory, despite Denmark being a part of the NATO alliance. You're listening to ABC News.
Got gold? Get green at Jewels on Hampton. Jewels on Hampton pays the most for your precious metals, jewelry, gems, currency, antiques, and collectibles. Jewels on Hampton buys precious and semi-precious gems and stones, scrap gold, and sterling silver. Jewels on Hampton buys and sells paper money, wristwatches, and pocket watches. They even take pianos and cars. To sum up, bring your gold chains, bracelets, rings, coins, dental gold, and more to Jewels on Hampton, 4506 Hampton Avenue in St. Louis. And get green. Online at jewelsonhampton.com.
Is it time to make a change with your bank? Hi, it's Julie Buck for Triad Bank. They are a full-service financial institution with 2 locations, and they've been around since 2005 with a mission to provide a wide range of commercial and personal banking services. Here's their website. It's triadbanking.com.
Look at our alums, the contributions that they have made throughout industries in the St. Louis region.
Terry Freerks, a graduate of the University of Missouri, St. Louis.
UMSL is embedded in the fabric of the St. Louis community. We're hands-on, and when our students graduate, they are definitely career ready, but maybe more importantly, they're career confident.
More is what moves us. Find your more at more.umsl.edu.
This is KTRS News. I'm Sobe Bay. St. Louis Public Schools have lost full state accreditation. The Missouri Board of Education voted yesterday to lower the district's accreditation from full accreditation to provisionally accredited. The change is mostly symbolic and reflects the district facing academic and operational challenges. Board member Carrie Casey of Chesterfield filed a motion to lower the district's accreditation. She cited the district's instability in leadership with 5 superintendents in the past 3 years, declining funds without a plan to reduce deficit spending, fix recurring transportation problems, and eliminate delays in completing the required annual audit for the past 3 years. The vote to lower the district's accreditation was almost unanimous. Board member Pamela Westbrooks Hodge of North St. Louis County was the lone dissenting vote. A man who was shot by a St. Clair County deputy last weekend is facing multiple charges. Officials say Clinton Trentman stabbed a family member multiple times before deputies arrived to the 2800 block of Old Collinsville Road in Swansea around 7:15 Sunday morning. Trentman was shot after he allegedly pointed a weapon at a deputy that turned out to be a pellet gun. Trentman has been charged with 2 counts of aggravated domestic battery, 1 count of aggravated battery, and 3 counts of aggravated assault on a police officer. The St. Louis Health Department is getting out of the monkey business. KTRS's David Solomon has more.
Health Department officials say they are no longer searching for 4 vervet monkeys that were spotted last week in the O'Fallon Park neighborhood in North St. Louis. Instead, the Health Department says it is now focused on finding the monkey's owner. Environmental Health Bureau Chief Justin Hauser tells our partners at First Alert 4 that, quote, if you have secured one of these animals, the Department of Health will waive any charges or fines pertaining to prohibited animals so that they can be safely and humanely turned in, end quote. Despite multiple reports of sightings on social media, the Health Department says it has only received 1 credible report of a sighting coming from a police officer who saw a single monkey on Friday. David Solomon, KTRS News.
Missouri Republican Governor Mike Kehoe is calling on the state legislature to eliminate the state's income tax. Kehoe made those remarks yesterday in his State of the State address in Jefferson City. Kehoe is calling on lawmakers to pass a state resolution that proposes an amendment to the state constitution that would be placed in the hands of voters instead of heading straight to the governor's desk. Republicans say eliminating the state's income tax will make Missouri a more appealing place to live and retire. But Democrats have said whatever gains people receive from not paying income tax will be nullified by what they believe will be skyrocketing sales taxes. This KTRS Business Minute is brought to you by Walter Knoll Florists, the place for all your floral needs. Place your order anytime at WKF.com. The state of Illinois has made $24 million in grant funding available to establish 6 manufacturing workforce training programs in state community colleges. And as KTRS's Steve Potter reports, this action will benefit students in the Metro East.
State Senator Christopher Belt of Swansea says this will support the creation and expansion of advanced training facilities across downstate Illinois and will give young people access to skills that directly translate into a good-paying career in high-demand fields, including advanced manufacturing, automation, and clean energy production. According to Southwestern Illinois College, it's expanding access to hands-on training at its campuses in Belleville, Granite City, and Redbud, along with the Wyvetter Young Higher Education Campus in East St. Louis. Illinois has also added a new tax credit program to attract manufacturing investment from qualifying companies. Steve Potter, KTRS News.
And this look at the markets is brought to you by JBL Financial. Tune in to Straight Talk on Retirement Saturday mornings from 9 to 11. Wall Street at the close today, Dow Jones down 42 points to finish at 49,149. S&P 500 dropped 37 to 6,926. NASDAQ fell 238 points to close at 23,471. Now let's check sports and traffic with Captain Paul Kopsky.
Zoo basketball is back home this evening to take on the Auburn Tigers in Columbia. Pre-game coverage on the Big 550 begins at 5:30 this afternoon with tip time set for 6 p.m. SLU basketball looks for their 10th straight win when they welcome Fordham to town tonight at Chaffetz. The Rams come in winners this past weekend over St. Bonaventure on the road. I'm Paul Kopsky from the Royal Banks of Missouri Sports Desk, and now on to traffic. An accident on 270 North at Dorset is blocking the 2 left lanes with the stop-and-go back up to Page. The exit from 170 South to Brentwood is closed due to an accident, with traffic jammed back to Olive. Watson is closed between Sturdy and Glenwood, just east of Lindbergh due to utility damage. And police vehicles are on 70 East before Union, blocking the 2 right lanes, with traffic backed up to Lucas and Hunt. This traffic report is brought to you by Neighbors Credit Union. If you're ready to upsize, downsize, or first-time home buy, turn to the team at Neighbors Credit Union. At Neighbors Credit Union, you'll find great rates, expert advice, and personalized friendly service throughout the entire home loan process and beyond. That's just what you'd expect from a great neighbor. Apply online today at neighborscu.org. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Thank you, Captain Paul. KTRS weather. It is windy, cold, and getting colder. We hit our high for the day at midnight when we were at 40 degrees. Tonight, clear overnight low of 17, wind gusts up to 26 miles per hour. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, high of 34. We do have a 30% chance of light flurries overnight tomorrow. Friday, cloudy, high in the mid-40s. Then an Arctic front moves in for the weekend. High Saturday and Sunday in the upper 20s. Right now, a windy 34 degrees and dropping into the teens. The time is coming up on 4:10. I'm Sobe Bay, KTRS News, the talk of St. Louis.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood, St. Louis.
Kuna Food Service has been the trusted food supplier in the Midwest since 1918. For over 100 years, Kuna Food Service has been distributing the highest quality food products to some of your favorite restaurants while delivering superior customer service. When a restaurant puts their trust in Kuna Food Service, they get a team that truly cares about their success. That's why at Kuna, they like to say, they're big enough to handle it, yet small enough to care. Check them out online at kunafoodservice.com.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
Got to tell me what the format is. I don't know what we're doing.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, really? Do we have to?
I mean, you filled in enough times. This has been pretty unchanged.
Heidi's
here,
gone.
guys.
Josh is gone. We can do whatever we want.
All right, so a little headline stuff, right?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing? Okay. All right. My headline is, thank God I'm not Timothy Busfield. Holy, what's that guy, man?
No, but you absolutely buy his excuse of showing up a few days later because he had to drive.
I do?
Because he had to drive in.
Well, no, not that one. He said he was, doing a little conclave with all of his attorneys, trying to figure out how to, fight the charges that are totally false and so on and so forth. And you know what? That would be the reasonable thing to say,
I don't know about driving from New York or wherever it was to Texas.
Well, you know what? You want to clear your head? I would do that. If people are
we
charging...
already learned, though, that you're trying to do the perfect murder. You've already mentioned that on the air.
All right. Here's the story. This is crazy. I'm going to do the story. You guys are going to laugh, and then you're going to go, hey, wait, he's right. Potentially scary link between nose picking and Alzheimer's. All right. Now, I know that you're already chuckling. I know it. I can see you. I can. It's like, watching that Tai Chi video. Dirty fingers. This is...
You're right. No.
Introduce bacteria causing infections. They can lead to tissue damage and nosebleeds. And, Anyway, so what researchers are saying is that if there's trauma to the nasal lining of your nostrils, it can transmit germs into...
your brain.
The brain.
Yes.
That's right. So if it does that, what happens? Your brain gets inflamed. And what happens there, it formulates that amyloid plaque. That's sticky stuff that gets into between the cells and causes that neurodegenerative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, now scientists don't know. They haven't been able to pinpoint what is the cause of Alzheimer's, but a lot of these researchers are focusing their attention on this nose-brain axis. thing. So
that's why when it's clogged up, you just got to give the old sport blow.
that's it, exactly, right. Or the farmer nose blow, as we like to say. So now what they're doing is scientists are doing smell tests. They're actually, to be able to determine whether you are, when they're screening you for Alzheimer's, that's one of the little screens that
What
they
do
do.
they smell?
Well, if there's infection or something, if you have, I guess, I don't know. I didn't read the whole story.
We'll just let it go.
If you got respiratory issues,
This is not Busfield, but this is another movie star. He wasn't really a movie star, but Kiefer Sutherland is arrested after assaulting a rideshare driver. Were you aware of this story?
I did see it. I saw his. And then they had to show his picture from 24 and all the the
Right.
Hollywood mugshots. But I've never been a huge. I like his acting, okay, but I just don't like him as a person.
I don't know him.
Well,
I'm not judging.
No, I don't. I don't know him as a person.
Way to go, Judgy Judgerson.
I'm sorry.
Statement from the police department in L.A. Officers responded to a call 12:15 a.m. At least he was getting an Uber or
How old
Lyft
is he?
or
He's got to
whatever.
be 60-something now.
I don't see his age listed. I don't.
Well, there's an easy way to find
I'm
out.
going to say he is.
Hey, Siri?
I've
How
got the
old
answer.
is Keith? Oh,
All right,
never mind,
We'll do
Siri.
the birthday
Thank you.
game early. 57.
I say 61.
He's He's 59.
Right in the middle.
Right in the
59.
middle.
Hey,
We're pretty
hey,
good.
Not
We
bad.
boxed it in there pretty good. Anyway, apparently they don't know for sure the driver wasn't injured, but apparently the driver is accusing him of assault at Sunset in Fairfax in L.A. We know where that is.
Yeah, of course. I would not doubt that driver. He's had that kind of history. He's a hothead.
I did have a driver once who was screaming at me. It got pretty heated. He
What?
said I was in the wrong place.
What? You were
Yeah.
in the car?
Well, I got in. He just started screaming at me.
Foreign guy or?
Well,
no, I'm just saying.
Yes.
Because, I get that. You
Yeah.
know, a foreign guy would be.
It was very upsetting, and I'll leave the story there.
Sir, was it in St. Louis or was it?
This was in Fairfax, Virginia.
Fairfax.
The George Mason game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. So I can see that happening. And if you got another guy, 12-15, certainly been imbibing and heads butt, and I can see that happening.
You want to hear a funny cab story?
I think I'm going to.
Okay. So Mike Shannon, God rest his soul, and Kim Tucci, God rest his soul.
Yeah, two of our favorites.
Two of the favorites. They were in Chicago for a Cub game, and they took a cab someplace, and Shannon nudges Tucci and says, "Get out." And he said, "We got to pay the guy." He said, "Just get out." And then Shannon rips this guy, rips him. I mean, eviscerates him.
Verbally.
And Tucci's like, what the hell's good? And Shannon is shoving him out. He goes, "Run!" And Tucci starts running, and Shannon gets out of the cab and he starts running behind him. And apparently he'd paid the cab driver in advance, told him he was going to do this. And he wanted Tucci to get out and run.
Tucci.
Yeah, right. Tucci's running his butt off. And Shannon's already paid the guy and probably gave him a whole
that's
big
pretty
tip.
good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. Oh, well. That's it. Okay. Take a break here. Guy Phillips in with the Rammer on the Heidi Show at 417 on the Big 550.
Everyone's talking about these weight loss drugs, and it's a good thing we've got Dr. Joe Molesky with us, a St. Louis native and board-certified primary care physician. Dr. Joe, it can get very confusing, but the one thing we need to know is GLP-1, right? That's the magic cure.
The magic cure is these weight loss shots. They're injected once weekly. They're not like the old medications that you've seen 20, 30 years ago. These medications actually work. They're injected once weekly, and patients see within the first 90 days 10 to 15 pounds down. It simply works, and that's why I recommend it to all of my patients. You simply go online, book an appointment, you fill out a health questionnaire form, you get an appointment on our schedule. It's all telemedicine based. It's all done from your home, and then you meet with me or one of my nurse practitioners, and then after the 10, 15-minute consult, the medication is delivered right to your door discreetly, and you get started right now on your weight loss journey.
And you want to start to lose weight? None better than to call STLMedWeightLoss.com and ask Dr. Joe. STLMedWeightLoss.com.
Wouldn't you like to take a vacation from your bills? Well, you can. With credit card balances at an all-time high and Golden Oak's 4.5% rate, you could be saving thousands of dollars after a simple phone call. Call today and get your cash in as little as 14 days and make no payments for 2 months. Call 314-567-GOLD.
Golden Oak Landing cured my blues.
5.442 APR, FHA 15-year, 20% equity, qualified credit, additional terms apply. NMLS 114937.
You've had all these great ideas about what to do with your outside space. Now's the time to take the next step and call Outdoor Living, because Pat Leahy and the gang at Outdoor Living have built a showroom which is a great resource for you. You can go in and see all the products they have, the composite decking, the metal framing. You see, at Outdoor Living, what they pride themselves on is building it right the first time and never having to worry about it again. So they build it. You can enjoy it for the rest of your life. Outdoor Living, their showroom on Big Bend and I-44 in Kirkwood, is a great resource for you. You can go and see all the different ways and all the different things they can do. Then they'll come out, they'll do a site visit, and in just a few short weeks, you will have the dream deck, fence, gazebo, pergola, whatever it may be. Outdoor Living, right there in Big Bend and I-44 in Kirkwood. 314-966-3325 or OutdoorLivingInc.com. Check out the showroom and take that next step. You'll love it. Outdoor Living or OutdoorLivingInc.com.
I'm Mark Cantor. Here's why you can count on Cantor Injury Law.
My name is Michelle. I'm a litigation paralegal at Cantor Injury Law, and you can count on Cantor because we are smart, honest, and hardworking.
I'm Kevin Glenn, and a partner here at Cantor Injury Law. You can count on Cantor because we make your cause our cause.
No fee if no recovery. Please visit CantorInjuryLaw.com or call us at 314-628-9999.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Appliance Discounters has another showroom, this time on Gravoy Road, right next to the little Dairy Queen that's been there for ages. This showroom is different. It's packed with name brands, GE, LG, Bosch, that are slightly dinged, one-of-a-kind, or closeout items direct from the manufacturer. They all come with the factory warranties and all the factory rebates. You want huge savings at big discounts, theappliancediscounters.com. To find the one nearest you, including the one on Gravoy Road in Afton, theappliancediscounters.com.
Hi, it's Frank Cusimano inviting you to join me for the Press Box, brought to you by Control Option, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. We're going to interview some of the biggest names in sports and have our opening monologue. That's the Press Box, brought to you by Control Option, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. right here on the Big 550 KTRS, the talk of St. Louis.
Galmish & Sons have been providing quality heating and cooling services since 1950. They work exclusively with Lennox, the preferred choice of St. Louis homeowners. Call Galmish & Sons for your next Lennox HVAC installation and service. 314-993-1110.
Diana from Newstetter's Fine Jewelers here to remind you, we don't just offer the best pieces, we offer one of the last master hand engravers in our country. My father can create timeless, personal, and unforgettable pieces. Come by our showroom at the corner of Big Ben and Doherty Ferry or learn more online at wowdiamonds.com.
One of my favorite songs.
That song?
Yeah, Pet Shop Boys, isn't it? Pet Shop Boys?
No, that's Madness.
Oh, that's Madness. Then it's not one of my favorites. No, I'm kidding. I like
around.
the song. I just don't remember who sang it.
Huh. Yeah, I find it's just okay.
Our house. You know how many commercials now have songs that were playing when I was a kid growing up? It's amazing.
And they've absolutely ruined classic rock songs.
Yes, I think
ruined.
Some of them have. I am a commercial savant. I really love watching commercials and seeing how they put stuff together. But, I heard one the other day, and I'm thinking, how did somebody find a song by the Trogs and put it in a commercial for pet food? But it works. It works. And you know what? I bet 90% of the audience doesn't even know it. And so I'm thinking, like, well, hey, I was in high school when that one came out. Okay. Are we on the air live?
Adam Bundren is here.
We are. Adam
Lauren
Bundren, Lauren Risley. Hi.
What's
Adam.
going on? Hey.
Good to see you.
Good to be seen.
Adam and I, little something you don't know, Adam and I used to work together.
Did you know this?
Get out.
Many moons ago.
Get out.
Tell him, Adam.
I think it was 2006 or 7.
You
Does
were
that sound right?
12.
Yeah, I wish.
He was young.
Yeah.
I was younger.
Yeah.
Not much.
Yeah, not much younger. But yeah, for
What did you do? What's the story?
Before I did real estate, I was in tech. I was in the tech world. And I worked for a company that provided services to a upcoming high school called Barra Academy.
Oh, yeah. I remember when all that went down. Yeah, of course. Rich Grauer was involved.
Yep. Yeah. And so we only had a freshman class.
Yep.
And so they didn't have a ton of staff. And so I signed on not only as their tech guy, but also their freshman baseball coach. And Guy was their golf coach.
I wish you guys would have called me.
Yeah.
I love coaching. I really miss it.
Well, it was funny when they called me and said, we need a golf coach. And I said, I've never coached golf. I have no desire, but thank you. And my wife, actually, because her friend was putting the school to help establish the school, and my wife said, if you don't coach this team, you'll never coach high school golf. And I went, it was never a dream.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Right?
And I did say, I will coach the baseball team. I didn't realize, that would have been much more difficult. But I played ball, and I think I know a reasonable amount of baseball.
But you also know golf.
I do, but I don't know how to coach golf. I can figure out how to coach baseball, right?
Yeah, right.
So, and I'm not diminishing anything that Adam has done. He ruined those boys. But
we won one game that year.
but you had a good pitcher. He was my best golfer,
yes,
actually.
He was. Yeah, Jake was awesome.
Jake. So I said, okay, I'll do it for 1 year. Well, when you get a freshman, and he went to state. I took him to state. I don't know what that's all about. And I thought, well, I got to see him through. So it's sort of in perpetuity, because then another kid will come in behind him, and he'll be pretty good. And then
you get hooked on that guy.
Yes.
And then,
Yep. And I was there for 8 years, and we won 2 state championships.
What?
Yeah. Well, when you win, it's the talent. When you lose, it's the coach.
Right.
So
that's I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hidden stories
I got 2
of Guy
rings.
and Adam.
2 rings.
Very nice.
Yeah. It was fun. Anyway, so
And
Adam,
so how was your baseball experience? Did you?
So I only did it for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even work for the school.
Did you play? So you were playing JV schedule?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I didn't work for the school. I was a contractor through the tech company. And they were just like, hey, we don't have a baseball coach. And I was like, I played baseball. I'll do that. And I was young and didn't have any kids. And so it was like, yeah, I'll stay out here till 8 o'clock at night and play baseball with kids.
Right.
It was great. But I got moved after a couple of years to a different assignment within the company. And so I moved on from that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it was great though. I loved it. And to be honest, that's where I think the coaching side of me was almost created. I coach all of my kids' sports for the most part.
You're a good dad.
That's pretty interesting stuff.
That's. I almost said sacrifice, but it's not.
No, I love it.
You absolutely love it.
I absolutely love it.
It's really good.
I have 3 basketball practices tonight.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Isn't that great?
I'm looking forward to it.
I coached all 3 of mine all the way through.
Yeah.
Are they like, oh my God, my dad's the coach?
So my oldest, who's in 8th grade, he knows by now.
Yeah.
And so he gets it. So he'll give me looks every once in a while, and I'm harder on him than I am any of the other boys.
You have to be.
My youngest, who's in 4th grade, is mortified.
Dad's there?
Absolutely more, because I talk to them how I think they are going to learn, and some of that is firm. And there's 4th graders who look a little nervous when I get going, and Gus will hide. Gus his eyes go down. He's hiding behind his hands.
Have you thrown one of your own kids out of practice yet?
My oldest is not shy or new to running on his own. And I'm like, hey, hit the line, bud. Like, and then on the way home, I'm like, that I expect you, like you're supposed to be the leader out there. I expect you to lead by example.
100%.
And he's like, I know, Dad, I know. But I'm so blessed with 2 awesome kids.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, and then the coaching, I guess, goes into the business world and, coaching clients and real estate and that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about trends. We were talking about interest rates today and lamenting how they used to be and Luckily, and Bob hates me for this reason, I got in a low, really low interest rate, and I'm afraid to.
I'm bitter.
Yeah, you have been from the start, Bob.
Right, that's true.
Yeah. That's a new book, Born Bitter. So I mean, people are a little afraid. There's word that rates may be coming down, and refinancing is starting to gear up. What are the trends? What's going on now?
Yeah, I think it's crazy that it's hard to remember that those 2 to 3 years that we had those super low rates are completely out of the norm for what every other year was like. Historically, the last 30 years, the average is just under 8%. So we are well under.
So if I'm crying about 6.5, just lighten up.
Yeah, lighten up a little bit, would you?
Okay.
There's all these different strategies when it comes to purchasing, and should I wait, or should I buy points down, or all these different things. And I think in order to be an intelligent purchaser, you need to follow what your motivation is. And if you are motivated to buy because you want to get into a different school district, or because you need to downsize, or you need to upsize, or any of those things, that should lead your path, not your rate. You are going to own that home potentially for 30 years. Mm-hmm. You are going to have the opportunity to downsize your rate at some point in those 30 years.
That makes sense.
So that, Jason Hardy with Homestead Financial, who's on our show once or twice a month, always says, marry the house, date the rate. And it makes a lot of sense because,
I like
yes, the rate is important. But if you can make a purchase and use your motivation to get your family into a situation at the rate that is the current prime market, and it works for you financially, then do that. And then keep your eye on it. They've tweaked the refinance rules a little bit. You used to be able to refi after 6 months. Now it's 12. So you can keep your eye on the rates, and as they come down, you can decide, hey, is this a good opportunity for me to refi into something smaller? We didn't get in at a low rate, but what we have done is once, and I'm talking about myself personally, is once rates got to where our rate is, and we've been in our house for long enough, we refied into a 15-year at the same rate. So, yes, our payment went up a little bit.
But the years went down.
It went down significantly.
And over the years, you're going to save, potentially $100,000 or so, or more.
We talked about interest rates and how to tweak those on the show before. And, I think the problem is it's with everything. The media or your father-in-law or your cousin is telling you about these rates, and it gives you this paralysis to make a decision, when in actuality what you should be doing is focusing on what are your goals and why are those your goals.
And are lenders getting more creative with ways to finance for
sure
borrowers?
Yeah, and it's nice because there's so many different options out there. So if you're working with a mortgage broker, then they have programs that are creative for that particular situation. Most of those are like conventional or bridge recast type loans and things like that. But there are community credit unions and community banks that offer amazing programs for law enforcement officers, first responders, teachers, nurses, doctors, that first-time home buyers that can be a lot more flexible because they're servicing their own loans.
Talking to Adam Bundren from Lauren Risley Realty. And Adam, I was going to ask you a question, went right through my mind. Hang on a second, it's coming.
Let me throw it out there. Let me throw one out there while you think about it.
Yeah, I have it right here. Isn't that crazy?
Did I see the president say recently about having to be careful? I mean, everybody's talking about, the rates got to go down and go into the Fed and all that.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful to not make them so low and flood the market, the housing market. Not forget the bank rates, but to flood the housing market, you got to find a balance, right?
For sure, you have to find a balance. I don't think we're going to see the market flooded with buyers or sellers anytime soon. We do a market report on our Sunday show every week, and
Call the closer.
Call the closer, 1:00 Sundays, where we have a certain amount of buyer demand, and what we are seeing from an inventory perspective is just enough to handle that buyer demand. We're not seeing inventory increase a ton over demand, but we're also not seeing buyers purchasing over inventory. So it's kind of holding pat right now.
So it's pretty balanced as it is.
It is balanced as it is. And, if interest rates drop significantly again into the 4s, we're going to get flooded with buyers, but it's also going to shoot prices through the roof because buyers are going to be fighting for lesser inventory, which is going to push those sellers into the market because they see inflated prices, and around we go. I don't think we have any bubbles to worry about like we did in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lending practices bubble.
Crushing.
All right, so my little, I thought of what.
Now you just forgot again.
I remember, but isn't that fun? Do you ever do that? You just, you have something and it just goes. It's gone.
All the time.
It's like, all gone. Sorry about that. So I was going to say, back in the day, you'd go to your bank, you get a loan, maybe the bank could hold the note, or whatever. Now you go to these, shops and, they'll sell your loan. And what about online? Are they trustworthy? Because everything is online now.
Yeah.
Everybody's working online. Is it a smart thing to shop online?
Smart's probably relative, but I would say we really need to be aware of what the reporting mechanism is. If you're self-reporting income to an online broker, that could be dangerous. You may not be getting the quality of pre-approval that is needed for a seller to have comfort.
Okay, got it. That's a good answer.
So before we let you go,
yes,
tell
sir.
everybody we talked about Call the Closer, 1:00 on Sundays.
That's right.
And if somebody's got a question, they need to call you, buying, selling, thinking about it, advice.
Yes.
How do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so you can email us hello@laurenrisleyrealty.com. It's going to go to our director of operations, Jen, who is phenomenal. She will immediately identify who is the right person to handle that particular question. If it's based on location, we have 6 amazing agents that can handle everywhere within an hour of St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
But we all have different specialties as well. We have agents that specialize in commercial, law enforcement, investment, historical.
Wow.
So if you have a question, email us hello@laurenrisleyrealty.com. And if you're listening Sundays at 1:00, you can use the text line as well, 84126, and you can ask your question there.
Coach Bundren, you're the best.
Appreciate you guys.
You're the best. 1:00.
Thanks, Adam.
All right.
It's nice. You filled a lot of dead air on this show. All right, Captain Paul is out on the roads, and we're right in the middle of, I think this is a Wednesday, at least the last time I checked my trusty calendar. And how's it look on the rush, Paul?
Well, Guy, there's a crash on 44 West before 270. The exit from 170 South to Brentwood is closed due to an accident with traffic jammed back to Olive. Watson is closed between Sturdy and Glenwood just east of Lindbergh due to utility damage. 64 West is crowded in front of Forest Park. 55 South running slow from Potomac to 4500 South Broadway. And the signals are on red flash at Tesson Ferry and Butler Hill and at 70 in Jennings Station. This traffic report is brought to you by Neighbors Credit Union. If you're ready to upsize, downsize, or first-time home buy, turn to the team at Neighbors Credit Union. At Neighbors Credit Union, you'll find great rates, expert advice, and personalized friendly service throughout the entire home loan process and beyond. That's just what you'd expect from a great neighbor. Apply online today at neighborscu.org. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
I hate to admit this, but I've been rather lazy the last couple of days. Now, I will tell you what I have found that laziness to be good for. To look around the house and start making plans of what needs to be fixed and what needs to be, maybe checked off a list. And if you're being lazy like I am and you are looking around the house and you think, might be time for those new windows, energy-saving vinyl replacement windows, look no further than Dalco Home Remodeling because they actually custom make their windows right here in the Show Me State. They also do doors, and when I say doors, they can can do sliding doors, French doors, which I remember when my parents replaced our patio doors, and it was just that sliding door, and then they put beautiful French doors. It changed the entire look of the living room from the inside and out. And Dalco Home Remodeling can do that for you. They can also do front doors, and talk about adding curb appeal to your house, because they can do a front door that is beautiful with maybe a window over the top, or maybe windows on the side to let a little more lighting into your foyer. Every project at Dalco Home Remodeling is handled with intention and care, because customer service comes first. That's the way it's been for more than 50 years. It's the way they continue to do business today. So you can check them out online, DalcoHomeRemodeling.com, DalcoHomeRemodeling.com.
When you pay for tree work, you want to be sure you're getting the most for your hard-earned money. That's why you should always use the ISA certified arborist at River City Tree Service in Baldwin, Missouri. Hi, I'm Steve with River City Tree Service, and we've been the go-to tree service since 2008. Tree removal, tree trimming, storm damage, deadwood removal, stump grinding, and more. Give River City Tree Service a call for all your tree service needs at 314-270-8071. That's 314-270-8071. River City Tree Service.
Oftentimes we talk about make sure you support local, and of course you want to support local, and when you support local and you need windows and doors, you call Larry Thornton and Joe Thornton from the Window Store, 314-739-0002. Why? Well, because they support local and you support local, right? And you're supporting your neighbor to make sure the job is done right. They go the extra mile. In fact, somebody called up Larry Thornton the other day looking for new windows. Larry went out to the house and said, "You don't need new windows. These windows are fine. Thank you very much. Call me back some other time." The other reason why you support Larry Thornton at the Window Store, 314-739-0002, is because local companies support charities. And the Window Store is a proud sponsor of the KTRS Radiothon to support Backstoppers. So a local company that'll do it right with great windows and great doors, and they give back to the community, and big supporters of Backstoppers. You need windows, you need Window Store, wswindow.net.
Dowd Bennett is proud to support Backstoppers and the great work they do providing ongoing needed financial assistance and support to the spouses and dependent children of all police officers, firefighters and volunteer firefighters, and publicly funded paramedics and EMTs who have lost their lives or suffered a catastrophic injury in the line of duty. For more information or to make a donation, go online to backstoppers.org. That's backstoppers.org.
Some of my fondest memories as a kid is heading down to the hardware store. You had to pick up a couple of nails, a couple of screws, maybe a gallon of paint, whatever it may be, right? It was your friendly neighborhood hardware store. Well, those don't exist anymore in St. Louis, except for Schnarr's Hardware. They have two locations in Webster Groves and in Clayton Road in Ladue. Schnarr's Hardware is that place where you go in and you can get that bucket of paint, you can get a couple of screws. The advice is always free. And the one thing about Schnarr's Hardware that every single family hardware store used to have, and that is the smell. It smells like a hardware store. It's got the selection. I don't know how they do it. It's a small store, but they got everything you ever need. They got the paint. They got paint matching. They've got big green eggs. They've got screws and nails and everything a hardware store should have. Schnarr's Hardware, 2 locations, 1 great hardware store. Schnarr's Hardware, we'll see you there.
When you want to send flowers to a loved one for a birthday, anniversary, or that special occasion, call your friends at Walter Knoll Florist. Walter Knoll is family-owned and operated and offers custom designs by expert designers. A huge inventory and selection that only the largest florist can offer, with quality and care that no grocery store florist can meet. They have several locations in the St. Louis metro area to serve you. Order online today at WKF.com. That's WKF.com. Walter Knoll Florist, your personal florist since 1883.
All right.
Call back.
Enough of my Vroom. All right, so we're
Very
talking.
nice.
Callback. There's your call. It cost $6, by the way,
Was
guys.
it $6?
Yeah, 1962.
That's
Yeah.
expensive.
My parents really splurged.
You in the commercial they say it comes with a little key.
It does,
and it says you start it just like Dad's car.
Yeah. I was too old to have it on my bike, but I got one, and then I was made fun of, and it's part of my trauma, my adult trauma.
It explains a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Vroom. Okay,
so anyway,
yeah,
we've had some really fascinating guests today. It's
We
really
have.
been fun.
Been a good show. I've
No,
enjoyed being here.
don't push it.
Wait, we have not. I haven't seen any of the messages. So people were talking. We were talking about Schwinn Stingray. That's exactly what it was. I'm going back because we were talking about our first bikes. What did we have? Our first
With the
bikes?
banana seat? Did you have the high handlebars?
I had the high handlebars.
Did you?
And I did have tassels coming out of the high handlebars. You remember those?
Yeah,
They had
you
those
did
little
get teased.
streamer
You had
deals.
tassels and a Vroom.
I know.
There's a lot
You
going
did
on.
get teased.
Yeah, I know. It was really whatever.
Luckily, you ended up with the big voice because otherwise it could have been a real problem.
It's hey, who's the guy living on an island that invented it off of Vroom money? Well, that's, you never know. Somebody, thank you. Good to be here. Great to be here. Let's see what else we got.
This person says their first time on Whatnot, they bought 13 plants.
Yeah.
They said it's addictive.
So that's I mentioned it earlier. Bob said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I do a little stream on Whatnot. I sell coins and currency. I do as much buying, I think, probably than I do selling. But it's an addictive website. But it's very cool if you're not afraid to spend money quickly because once you do it, you're.
Have you had any regrets?
No.
No, good.
Well, I've overpaid for some stuff, and when I've sold some things, I've been underpaid. But you make it up on some
A little
other
buyer's
stuff.
remorse, but nothing.
No,
Okay.
no, nothing that I would be like sick over.
Yeah.
But it is a little bit like gambling. I have yet to
or futures.
Or futures. True. So, lucky me, back in, late September, I started buying some silver just because I thought, well, it could go up. Well, it's more than doubled. It's more than doubled. What is happening in it?
Sell.
No. Invest. That's what I like to do. So at any rate, somebody said, I heard the interview of the author Viper. I missed his name. What is it? This is the most fascinating guy. His name is Brad Meltzer.
Meltzer. Meltzer.
And he is we just found out, we didn't get a chance to mention this on the air. Bob and I talked earlier on the show about both being DC comic guys when we were younger. And DC Comics is Batman and Superman and Justice League and
Wonder Woman and so forth.
Right. Was Flash?
Yeah,
was,
Flash.
Yeah. So Brad, he wrote this book called Viper, and he's going to be at the library, the Clark Branch Library tonight
at 7.
7 o'clock, signing copies, and cool story. He told this story. This book is cool. It's fiction, but it's a cool story. And then when we turn the microphones off, he goes, "Oh, by the way, they just announced this." He didn't. I was like, "Why couldn't we do this on the air?" They just announced that he is the guy that is writing.
Actually, I think it's written.
It's already written. They're drawing the.
They're doing the
artwork right now for the Batman Superman.
No, Superman Spider-Man.
I knew it. I was testing you.
And then we didn't get a chance to ask him because we were doing the show.
Sure.
We were in a break and had to come out of the break. How do they get Marvel and DC to agree? And so I think that's interesting. And when that comic is ready to come out, we'll get him back on the show.
And here's what he said. He buys the artwork from I guess the original artwork.
The original artwork.
And he has all this artwork in his home that's got to, think about what that would cost.
Yeah, because he's done a bunch of comic books, primarily DC, I think he said.
So Leslie, that's his name. It's Brad Meltzer, and he's going to be at the library tonight. And I wouldn't miss him. He's he's fascinating.
A great storyteller.
Yeah.
Yeah, really a fascinating guy. Enjoyed meeting him.
Yeah. And by the way, thank you guys for and I'm sorry I missed these. I just didn't even have them up. I'm not accustomed to doing this, but having a screen in front of me Well, at home I am. But thanks for the compliments. It's great. It really is great being back, and I really enjoy coming in. And like I said, I wear the KTRS hat proudly. I do.
Yeah. Well, and we had mentioned this at the top of the show if you missed it. Before COVID, I did a year, and I would come in every day.
Yep.
I was with Brendan Weesey in the sports department. Would come in every day and hang out. It was highlight of the day.
We
it was
had
fun.
so much fun.
Yeah, really fun.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to be able to do this with you today.
Sure. Now, we've got to truncate the show today a little bit because we've got Mizzou basketball at 5:30. And, Rammer, you're taking off to go to the Billiken game because you do the play-by-play.
And then later, you'll be down there.
I am down there to do the PA, and it's exciting. And can I just do a little plug for the Billikens? Is that okay?
Sure.
If you want the best 2 hours of entertainment midtown for the money, this team is legit. I mean, I'm going to tell you this. Even if you're not a basketball fan, but you have sports fans in your family,
right?
It is great entertainment. You get to see some great Division I basketball. The Billikens are 14-1, and they are setting the NCAA on fire. They really are. I mean, for our team, which I don't want to say we've suffered with them, but, hope springs, right?
Well, they've been on a typical mid-major journey, kind of a roller coaster ride. And some years really good, stretch of 3 or 4 years, and then down, and then back up, and then down. And certainly back up with only one loss.
In a big way, and the one loss was only by 1 point on a 0.08 second, fallback three-pointer.
Bitter.
But shouldn't have happened, but it did. It's the way the cookies crumble. That's right. So, grab a ticket sometime and come see the Billikens. It'd be fun to have you down there. Great to be here. Heidi is on vacation. Josh is out today because he's a little bit under the St. Louis weather. And here's a guy that's on top of the weather and the traffic. Captain Paul Kopsky with a look at your rush hour.
Guy Watson is still closed between Sturdy and Glenwood, just east of Lindbergh, due to utility damage. 44 West is heavy from Vandeventer to Jameson. 64 West is crowded in front of Forest Park. 64 East bogs down at 170. 55 South is running slow from Potomac to Loughborough, and the signals are on red flash at 70 and Jennings Station. This traffic report is brought to you by the Rack House in Cottleville. The Rack House just made Whiskey Advocate magazine's top whiskey bars in the country list for the third time. Select menu items are double for the price of a single for Whiskey Wednesday each week, and today is Wednesday at the Rack House in Cottleville. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Well, you guys know by now I have been on a journey to get back to feeling like I did, dare I say, in my 40s. Something changed at about 45, and I'm going to say, for about 5 or 6 years, I kept trying to do the same thing that I did in my 30s and 40s. But this time, it wasn't working, thankfully. Thankfully, I found Premier U, and my life has changed. I actually am getting compliments on clothes now, and these are clothes that I used to wear and had boxed up ready to give away, but thanks to Premier U, I am back in them. Premier U can do what they have done for me, but here's what Premier U does differently. There's no cookie cutter kind of take at all of this. Every program starts with a root cause testing. They want to look at the vitamins and your hormones and your metabolism, and then they will kind of assess where we go from there. So the weight loss medications is probably a part of it, but it's so much more that Premier U can help with. Premier U has a location in Swansea, Illinois, and another one in South County. You can call them and set up your consultation at 618-750-LIFE, or go online, PremierUmed.com. PremierUmed.com. It's worked for me, and I promise you it will work for you.
Since 1974, Permajack of St. Louis has been helping residential and commercial owners protect their biggest investment. From successfully solving foundation structural problems to making sure basements remain dry dry. Permajack has performed tens of thousands of projects on both sides of the river, utilizing state-of-the-art technology, techniques, and equipment. Permajack of St. Louis has done it with honesty and integrity, never recommending anything outside of what you really need. For many repairs, Permajack provides a transferable life of structure warranty, all while Permajack of St. Louis has earned a BBB A+ rating and accreditation. For foundation settlement, bowed or buckling walls, cracks in your foundation, walls or bricks, or basement waterproofing, choose the hometown family-owned team at Permajack of St. Louis. Schedule your free inspection and estimate at permajackofstlewis.com. That's permajackofstlewis.com. Permajack, solid as rock.
Are you or a family member needing to sell your home? Then call me, Mike Robinson with Robank Properties. I will buy your home in any condition and always as is. Call me at 314-283-0867. That's 314-283-0867. No contingencies, no inspections, just cold hard cash. I'll save you time and money. So make that call now and let me buy your house. RobankProperties.com. That's ROBANG Properties.com.
Hey contractors, it's Andrea and Scott at Best Buy Flooring.
If you haven't been shopping with us, you owe it to your customers and yourself to check out Best Buy Flooring.
We can meet all flooring needs at the lowest prices in town. Check out our huge selection of carpet, carpet tiles, luxury vinyl plank, luxury vinyl tiles, sheet vinyl, ceramic, hardwood, and laminate.
Come see us at our 3 convenient locations, North County, South County, and O'Fallon, Illinois. Open 7 days a week, including at South County. Best flooring, best selection, Best Buy Flooring.
Hey friends, it's Donna. You think you know my songs? Well, get ready to hear them like never before, because I've got something really special lined up just for you. It's a brand new project that I'm calling Threads. My songs and symphony, featuring some of my greatest hits, newly arranged for symphony orchestra, and performed with a band of amazing singers and musicians. Oh, and I'll be there too, on screen, to share with you the stories behind my songs, and I hope you'll be there.
January 17th and 18th at Powell Hall at the Jack C. Taylor Music Center. Tickets available at slso.org.
Little Trogs action.
That's the Trogs, yeah. You make everything groovy.
Is this the song that is on the pet commercial?
No.
It's a different Trog song?
It is.
This is the only one that anyone would know.
That's exactly right.
Then maybe I got the group wrong because I've done that before.
No, no one would tell you to your face.
Hold on a second.
There's no way that they put out like a Trog's deep cut.
No. I don't even know if there was a deep cut. They had one side of the album, that was it. It's the song that goes, ba, 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 a girl like you. Ba, ba, ba,
Yeah, that is
ba.
one of their other ones, isn't it? It's like
Is
their
it?
only other
A Girl
song.
Like You.
Yeah.
Pull it up. Pull that up. I want to play it.
We're playing all the hits today.
Yes. This is the song that I said was on a pet food commercial. I heard it, and I thought, my God, I haven't heard that since 1966. Nobody plays
When's
it.
the last time you were actually a DJ? Been a long time?
2017.
That long? You're still playing music?
Yeah.
I always think of you as a talk show guy.
I was doing more talk than music playing, but I still have an appreciation
All right,
for
do you want to hear?
Yeah, go ahead. Go. That's it. Yep.
I forgot that was the Trogs. I know the song, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was only a DJ for 3 months, WRAM in Monmouth, Illinois. And
what's Monmouth known for?
Fighting Scots football.
Ooh.
And anyway, they didn't really even have a format. They just would play music in
Really?
the afternoons. I was there to do football, but I had to work during the week.
Did you use a fake name or did you use your own name?
No, nobody. You're anonymous anyway. And
right.
So, first song I ever played professionally as a DJ.
What was it?
Weekend in New England.
Oh,
Barry
by
Manilow.
Manilow. Yeah.
There's a little trivia for you.
How about that?
I'll put that in the book for the kids.
Guy, did you ever have a DJ name? Speaking of.
No, I've always used my own name except one time when I moved to St. Louis to get used to the equipment because I used to run all the board and electronics and all that. I've done that my whole life until I started here. So I had to get used to the new equipment when I worked at the FM station. And so I went on like at midnight one night on a Saturday.
To practice.
And I used the name Rich Brother Bennett. Or was it Brother Rich? It was Brother Rich Bennett.
Brother Rich
And
Bennett.
the reason I did that is because my brother-in-law's name was Rich Bennett. And I thought, well, hey, it's Brother Rich Bennett. You know, nobody knew.
One night.
Yeah, one night I was...
Did you like disguise the voice? I feel like that's probably the dead giveaway, unfortunately.
Hey, everybody, it's Brother Rich Bennett.
Yeah.
I want you to send your donations in right now, and the Lord will save you, and I swear to God, this is going to be the best day of your life.
It didn't go over.
It didn't, no. Yeah, but no, I was Brother Rich Bennett for a while. All right. Well, having some fun today, and we're thrilled to hear from you. What's the 84126?
84126.
It still is, right? 84126 if you'd like to text us. We'd love to hear from you. Guy in with the Rammer on the Heidi Show. It is 4:58 on the Big 550.
Hey, it's Jill Farmer for Premier Heating and Cooling. When winter hits St. Louis, your furnace doesn't get a day off, and if yours is older, it may be running nonstop and still not keeping you comfortable. Winter has a way of exposing weak links. You're probably paying more and getting less. Or if your home never quite feels warm enough in the winter, your furnace may be telling you something else, especially if it's been around for a while. That's why I want you to call Premier Heating and Cooling. Their technicians go through 5 years of training beyond industry standards. It's Premier standards. Heating your home shouldn't feel like a struggle. Older furnaces work harder and use more energy. If you want lower energy bills and better heat, it's just all around smarter to consider a new furnace. And yes, Premier offers financing, which makes upgrading a whole lot easier. So whether you need a tune-up or you're ready for something new, make your winter a lot more comfortable for your home or your business. Call 636-916-1122. PremierHeatingCooling.net. Comfort you can count on.
News, weather, traffic, sports, and live local talk. This is the Big 550 KTRS St. Louis, Ladue, Glen Carbon, University City, Edwardsville, Manchester, Wood River, Grafton, Collinsville, Pacific, and the world.
Streaming live at KTRS.com.
Depend on it.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. After a key meeting at the White House today, Denmark and Greenland leaders pushing back on U.S. demands to acquire Greenland. Denmark's foreign minister says they will try to form a working group to address U.S. security concerns, but nothing more. ABC's Selena Wang has details.
The Trump administration continues to press their case as the president has threatened this use of military force, but we have heard from Secretary of State Marco Rubio turning down the temperature a bit, saying that the intention from the president is to acquire Greenland. But again, Greenland officials, Danish officials making it clear it's not for sale. Unclear if U.S. officials in this meeting are going to float some kind of acquisition proposition.
In Iran, at least 2,500 people of anti-government protesters may have died in recent demonstrations. The Iran's supreme leader says trials would be swift along with executions of those detained. President Trump today says he has information that Iran is not carrying out executions and the crackdown is lifting. The Justice Department says it seized the electronic devices of a Washington Post reporter covering the Trump administration, including government layoffs, as it investigates the theft of classified information.
Officials say the search of the Washington Post reporter's home and the seizure of her devices took place at the Pentagon's request. Attorney General Pam Bondi says the actual target of the investigation is a government contractor who's accused of illegally retaining classified information and is now in custody. Reporters' rights organizations have issued statements expressing alarm over what one group calls a tremendous escalation in the administration's intrusions into the independence of the press.
ABC's Stephen Portnoy. The CDC warning about a salmonella outbreak linked to Live It Up Super Green supplement powder. At least 45 people have been infected with 12 hospitalizations in 21 states. No deaths have been reported. The company issuing a recall today for certain products sold nationwide. You're listening to ABC News.
Do you have the option to control your cash flow and wealth? Are you getting a return on your greatest asset, your lifetime and potential generational income? Overcome these critical financial planning challenges by discovering the Control Option Mindset featuring the Lifetime and Generational Income Maximizer. Call Mark Benson and his team at the Control Option at 314-432-9540 or online at thecontroloptionmindset.com.
Josh Gilbert here with Jeff Zufall, Senior Tax Strategist and Wealth Advisor at Capital Advisory Group and author of the #1 best-selling book on taxes, Keep What's Yours. And he's my co-host every Saturday afternoons at 3 for Keep What's Yours. Jeff, it's a new year. What should we be thinking about in January?
Welcome to 2026. The holidays are behind us, and as a business owner, that means closing the books on 2025 and getting those W-2s and 1099s prepared to mail by the end of this month. As daunting as that might sound, it doesn't have to be. This year, we're celebrating 50 years helping area businesses get their financial plans in order, reduce their tax liabilities, and stop overpaying their federal and state income taxes. I'm also launching my newest book, Keeping What's Yours, the strategic tax planning guide for the One Big Beautiful Bill, this month. Tax law changes mean now more than ever, you will want an expert helping you prepare for 2026 and beyond.
To learn more, give Jeff and his team at Capital Advisory Group a call at 636-394-5524 or online at capitaladvisorygrp.com.
This is KTRS News. I'm Sobe Bay. The Missouri Supreme Court is upholding a state law banning gender-affirming care for minors. The court sided with a Cole County judge's decision that upheld a law banning children from procedures including sex change surgeries and hormone therapy. The law has been in effect in Missouri since August of 2023. The Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education announced yesterday that all subsidy funds have been received after they had been held pending a closer review. State officials say they have received $20 million from the federal government, and the money will be sent out to child care providers by January 20th. Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe is calling on the state legislature to eliminate the state's income tax. KTRS's David Solomon has more.
The Republican governor touted the benefits of eliminating the income tax yesterday at his State of the State address in Jefferson City.
If we are serious about building a foundation for growth, to compete rather than be complacent, then we must begin the work now to phase out and eliminate Missouri's individual income tax. You see, we can do both. We can maintain a balanced budget that supports essential services and pursue a tax policy that improves Missouri's competitiveness.
Republicans say eliminating the state's income tax will make Missouri a more appealing place to live and retire, but Democrats have said whatever gains people receive from not paying income taxes will be nullified by what they believe will be skyrocketing sales tax. David Solomon, KTRS News.
This KTRS Business Minute is brought to you by Walter Knoll Florist, the place for all your floral needs. Place your order anytime at WKF.com. The Credit Card Competition Act has been reintroduced in the U.S. Senate, and Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley, one of the original sponsors, says Americans are drowning in debt as the biggest credit card issuers get richer. KTRS's Steve Potter reports.
The act is designed to increase competition in the credit card market by capping credit card interest rates. Hawley says Visa and MasterCard control about 85% of the market and refuse to negotiate fair terms with small businesses. Illinois Senator Dick Durbin and Missouri Senator Hawley were both sponsors of the bill when it was first introduced last year. Durbin says the average American family is being ripped off by big banks who profit from swipe fees. Senator Hawley grilled credit card company representatives about the situation when the bill was first introduced.
Your profit margins are as high or higher than they've ever been. You have 80% of the relevant market in the credit card interchange fees that we're talking about, and yet you couldn't survive if there's any competition? What am I missing?
Hawley says Congress should pass the bipartisan bill. Forbes is reporting that the average credit card interest rate is 28.6%. Steve Potter, KTRS News.
And this look at the markets is brought to you by JBL Financial. Tune in to Straight Talk on Retirement Saturday mornings from 9 to 11. Wall Street at the close today, Dow Jones dropped 42 points to finish at 49,149. S&P 500 fell 37 to close at 6,926, and the NASDAQ dropped 238 points to finish at 23,471. Now let's check sports and traffic with Captain Paul Kopsky.
Sobe Mizzou basketball is back home this evening to take on the Auburn Tigers in Columbia. Pre-game coverage on the Big 550 begins at 5:30 in about 20 minutes with tip time set for 6 p.m. And SLU basketball looks for their 10th straight win when they welcome Fordham to town tonight at Chaffetz. The Rams came in winners this past weekend over St. Bonaventure on the road. I'm Paul Kopsky from the Royal Banks of Missouri Sports Desk, and now on to traffic. There's a stalled vehicle on 55 South before Germania, causing a backup all the way to Arsenal. Watson is closed between Sturdy and Glenwood, just east of Lindbergh, due to utility damage. 44 West is heavy from Vandeventer to Hampton. 64 West congested from Boyle to Hampton. 60 64 East bogs down at 170, but thins out at Big Bend, and the signals are on red flash at 70 and Jennings Station. This traffic report brought to you by Neighbors Credit Union. If you're ready to upsize, downsize, or first-time home buy, turn to the team at Neighbors Credit Union. At Neighbors Credit Union, you'll find great rates, expert advice, and personalized friendly service throughout the entire home loan process and beyond. That's just what you'd expect from a great neighbor. Apply online today at neighborscu.org. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Thank you, Captain Paul. KTRS weather. It is windy, cold, and getting colder. We hit our high today at midnight when we were at 40 degrees. We're dropping to 17 tonight with clear skies, wind gusts up to 26 miles per hour. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, high of 34. Tomorrow night, there's a 30% chance of light flurries, low of 29 tomorrow night. Friday, cloudy, high in the mid-40s. Then an Arctic front moves in for the weekend. Highs Saturday and Sunday are in the upper 20s. Right now, a windy 33 degrees and dropping into the teens. The time is 5:09. I'm Sobe Bay, KTRS News, the talk of St. Louis.
Hello, everybody. This is Bob Hardcastle with your Money Talk Money Minute, brought to you today by Miller and Roberts, attorneys at law. Hey, we had another down day in the stock market. Dow down 42 points at 49,149. NASDAQ down 238 points at 23,471. And the S&P 500 was off 37 points at 6,926. Gold up $44.20, new all-time high, $4,629.50. Crude oil was down 92 cents at $60.23. Silver was up $2.21, another new all-time high, $92.88. Is $100 going to be close this month? We'll see. Stay tuned to Money Talk. And here's my thought for the day. Wage garnishments will resume for student loan borrowers in default in 2026. More than 5 million federal student loan borrowers are delinquent on their homes and their loans. And we'll talk about that much more Sunday morning on Money Talk. So join me, won't you? Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Money Talk. I'm Bob Hardcastle.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
The Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament has been the showcase for buzzer beaters, madness, and championship glory. With nearly 5 decades of heart-racing excitement, it begins here at Enterprise Center. The 2026 State Farm MVC Tournament, presented by Credit Union One, Great Southern Bank, and SSM Health, tips off on March 5th through 8th. Celebrate 50 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
It's the tax-free holiday at Miller Furniture and Mattress, going on now through January 20th.
I'm Mark Miller, owner of Miller Furniture, your home for quality American-made furniture since 1927. Right now, save the sales tax on all in-stock furniture and select custom orders. Plus, double the tax discount on select items.
Shop our showrooms in Belleville, Fairview Heights, Lake St. Louis, or Ellisville and save hundreds on our huge selection of Flex Seal and Smith Brothers furniture.
At Miller Furniture, you'll see the difference with quality American-made solid wood furniture and the largest selection of Amish-made furniture in the St. Louis area. Save the tax on custom finishes and sizes, delivered into your home in as fast as 3 weeks.
Right now, triple savings on Chatham & Wells mattresses or double savings on Spring Air mattresses, plus up to 60 months financing.
Don't miss our tax-free holiday where you save the sales tax or more. Hurry in, sale ends January 20th. At Miller Furniture, we put the family in furniture.
Dr. Joe, it can get very confusing, but the one thing we need to know is GLP-1, right? That's the magic cure.
Yeah, they're on the med, and these medications are used, these GLP-1s, for reducing inflammation in your body. I get so many folks that are like, wow, I don't have the knee pain. I don't have the...
Because once you start losing weight, all these other things naturally happen to you in a positive way. Not just talk about the deals for KTRS listeners at stlmedweightloss.com.
All KTRS listeners, they get $50 to $100 off their first month. And what's beautiful about it too, hey, I get it. The economy, what we just had, guys, things are difficult right now, but we make the plan work for you. We have financing options. We make this work for you because we realize how important it is to get down in your weight, get your confidence back, and really start feeling like the old you.
Call stlmedweightloss.com and ask Dr. Joe. stlmedweightloss.com.
Between all the holiday parties,
weekend tailgates,
and family get-togethers. Oh, they're here. Hey, who needs something to drink?
we've been overindulging a little more than usual. Thank goodness we both added active liver to our diets to give our livers some much-needed support so we have the energy we need to enjoy the holidays.
Active Liver from New Nordic contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract designed to give your liver maximum protection and help it do vital jobs like removing toxins from alcohol, rich foods, and sweets.
Try Active Liver today and enjoy all the holiday treats with the peace of mind of knowing you're giving your liver some relief.
Find Active Liver online at Amazon, Vitacost.com, or iHerb.com. Or pick it up today at CVS, Meijer Grocery, or ShopRite. Enjoy life to the fullest with Active Liver.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
Hey, everybody, it's Guy Phillips back again, and thrilled to be here. Rammer had to leave for the Billiken game. We've got Mizzou basketball coming up in about 7 minutes or so. And so we're basketball-centric here.
I was shocked to learn you don't need to be down there at the same time.
That Rammer is?
That Bob needs to be down.
No, you know, PA guy, nobody cares what the PA guy is.
You're kind of just walking in right and they're handing you the sheet, right?
You know, I often wonder, you know, the PA guy, you know, he riles the crowd up. Okay, maybe, you know, something like that, but I don't know.
Can I say,
do they need him?
I got
No.
a PA-related story, and not to preempt your
Go ahead,
little thing
sure.
here.
Yeah.
I'm watching an NBA game the other week.
Right.
And they have to stop the game for like half an hour.
Why?
Because all the clocks stopped working. The game clock, the shot clock, everything stopped working.
Yeah. It
and
happens.
They came out and tried to fix it for like half an hour. They eventually decided we need to get on with the game. So for the rest of the half, they play with no game clock, no shot clock, and the PA is counting down the shot clock.
Oh, the guy
for
is actually
the players.
He is.
Yeah. So like he wouldn't say anything for a while, and they'd be like, 10 seconds, 9, 8, and he would do that every possession.
What game was this?
This was the Phoenix Suns playing the Houston Rockets. This was a couple of weeks ago.
that.
I had never seen that, and I was like, "This is unbelievable."
The officials would have to ask the guy to do that.
Yeah.
We've had issues with the clock. Every stadium has issues. Electronics, something happens. Internet, whatever it is. Where something goes wrong. I can remember a few years ago where Coach Majerus was incensed. I mean, he came up along the line, and because I guess it was maybe the second time in that game that something happened. Well, it was electronic. Nobody's trying to do that, But man, he got steamed.
Really?
I mean,
At the timekeepers?
I can't. Well, he just to the entire table.
Just the whole.
Yeah,
everyone was catching it.
He just went up and down and ripped a new one to pretty much everybody there, and it was, and everybody that was, like behind us, 4 or 5 rows up, could hear everything he was saying, and it was not.
Well, he wasn't known as the most
tactful
individual.
Yeah, it was heart-stopping.
Do you want a random here before we go?
Sure,
We got time
why
for a
not?
random.
Yeah.
Okay. Yosemite National Park has struggled to design garbage cans because they have to be easy enough for
the
people
bears.
to open, but hard enough for bears to open.
Yeah.
They said, quote, "There's a considerable overlap between the smartest bears and the dumbest tourists."
I'm not sure about that, but bear stories, they're pretty crazy. Bears will get into anything, really, including honey jars. Hope you don't stick your nose in a honey jar and that you join us tomorrow. I will not be here tomorrow, but I am coming back next Tuesday as Rammer takes a little time off. Had a great time today, St. Louis. Thank you again for all your compliments and welcoming me back onto KTRS. Have a great afternoon. Take care.
Between all the holiday parties,
weekend tailgates,
and family get-togethers. Oh, they're here. Hey, who needs something to drink?
We've been overindulging a little more than usual. Thank goodness we both added active liver to our diets to give our livers some much-needed support so we have the energy we need to enjoy the holidays.
Active Liver from New Nordic contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract designed to give your liver maximum protection and help it do vital jobs like removing toxins from alcohol, rich foods, and sweets.
Try Active Liver today and enjoy all the holiday treats with the peace of mind of knowing you're giving your liver some relief.
Find Active Liver online at Amazon, Vitacost.com, or iHerb.com. Or pick it up today at CVS, Meijer Grocery, or ShopRite. Enjoy life to the fullest with Active Liver.
You still thinking job change in the new year? Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this